All right. 3, 2, 1. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Blue Collar Boardroom. I've got. Wait a second. This is so fucked up.
What'd you do? I'm just moving this a tad because you sat down slightly different. It didn't really matter. If you were gonna fuck up, you might as well move this over.
How close to any feet is it?
However you want to vibe out. Let me know. You're good. You're good. How you were? If you want to sit closer.
Yeah. Good.
I mean, ideal distance is like somewhere in like this range. Okay, but if you were talking here or here, it doesn't really matter. So I'm just saying, like, yeah, somewhere in like, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah,
something.
That's probably like the best way to describe it. Like.
How? Yeah. Sweet.
I don't know. Shit. You said you played ball?
Hockey.
Oh shit.
Hockey.
That's gnarly as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go to Game 5 on Friday in North Carolina.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sick, eh?
Fuck,
man.
I'm good. In Canada? What do you want?
Yeah, well, I played in the East Coast Hockey League. So, like I grew up. I played in this like OHL, obviously, and then I played a year in the East Coast.
That's fucking
yeah.
What position you play?
I was forward. Yeah. I'm going to the game tonight, actually. The Florida Everblades tonight.
You're going to
yeah, my buddy's the goalie, so.
On Wednesdays they have $1 beers there.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be back in Canada.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun there, bro. The Everblades, or Everblades actually.
Yeah.
They call them. I grew up right over there, so I just went to those games. But we didn't really have hockey culture here, so I just played football.
Yeah. It's hard, eh? It depends on where you grow up and
My
stuff.
best friend's from Calgary, so like we went to Jerome McGinley's last game for the Flames.
Oh, that's
years
sick.
back.
Yeah.
Hockey's badass, dude.
It's kind of nice.
This is violent. I'm an MMA fighter. I played football for 20 years. So like, that's like the perfect combination of those.
When did you start doing the MMA?
I started wrestling. I was fucking this big.
Mm-hmm.
Just turned into jiu-jitsu and then turned into Muay Thai 5 years ago.
Nice. Man.
And then it's been that. Now I coach jiu-jitsu at the gym. Sorry, my league.
Yeah, I started. Let's get in roofing. Did you ever thought about doing roofing sales? Just fuck roofing, dude. Did that shit. It's for fucking work for roofing.
Oh man, I used to work for another one of the bigger roofing companies in the area, but it was just miserable. So.
Grind.
There you go.
Not great.
You hungry?
Oh, I was gonna grab a water.
Okay. There's water right through here. Yeah. Who's Jack Otto?
The guy you interviewed a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
I have a lot of good content.
I know, I went back in there like years to get into this morning. We're like, alright, fuck it, bro. We gotta get back there.
Jack Otto, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I was a fucking skinny bean. What are you doing posting the fucking?
But you said to go back in the content, dude.
I know.
I was like, damn, alright, fine, we'll do it. But every time I go back, that's what I think. I'm like, this doesn't even look like Lee. But, yeah,
I-
have it right here.
Dude, that goes good on Facebook, dude. I should have clipped that a long time ago. Damn. Fucking old piece of
Gives away
content.
hot rods to roofers. That's bad. He builds
He
them.
didn't stay in business, okay? It wasn't
No. Nobody knows that. I called it the roofing fantasy factory.
Yeah. Here. Pick you something. So when you came down here and played hockey, that was the first time you were like entrenched around a bunch of crazy Americans?
Yeah. Like I would go to the States for hockey a bit, but yeah.
How long were you? Where was it?
Where was I playing?
Where did you live?
I lived in Toledo for a bit, and then Columbus, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Is that right? Yeah.
Columbus, Georgia's kind of not so alright. It's alright.
Is this what you got? The Ancient Grain Bowl?
That's what I got.
Yeah, it sounds good.
right, ready? All right. 3, 2, 1. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Blue Collar Boardroom. Today's episode is going to be off the chain. Look, everybody out there is talking about making big money, fixing big problems for big paychecks, selling high-ticket home service, roofs, solar, but you're missing out on a gold mine. There's an opportunity, and as a matter of fact, the conversation before the podcast pointed out how stupid I was. And so inside this podcast, you're going to learn about how low-ticket sales in home service can create recurring revenue and an opportunity to sell high-ticket. And it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're coming in off of the streets, if you just got out of jail, or if you're a fresh kid that doesn't want to go to college. Sometimes, getting a license, and getting insurance, getting all these different things for a construction company can be hard based on what state you're in. And it's really, really important because what you're going to learn inside of this episode is how to make your first 6 figures in your first 6 months. And this guy is killing it on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram. He's a leading home service influencer, coach, and operator of a home service business. I'd call it a handyman, high-ticket expert. Adam Chapman. How you doing, brother?
Good. Thank you for having me today.
Yes, we got a little bit of America, but where are you from, brother?
I'm from Ottawa, Canada.
Ottawa. Yeah, we were talking before about the best damn roofer from Canada. So he's kind of giving me an idea of what it's like. But you said you grew up playing hockey.
Yeah. So I spent my whole life playing hockey, actually, of course, as a Canadian, and then ended up played major junior in the OHL. So that's the highest league you can play in Canada and the States. And then after that, I signed pro, played a year of pro hockey in the States as well.
Well, give us your 2-minute life story.
2-minute life story. Okay. 2-minute life story is I grew up single mother. She raised my brother and I, very low income. I played hockey my whole life, signed pro, had a very bad concussion. That kind of forced me to go to school. While I was at school, I quickly realized that's a lot of horse shit, being indoctrinated on stuff. I was in marketing classes learning about slave trade.
Oh, come on, man.
I was like, okay, how is this going to help me? That's when I started my window cleaning business because I knew my whole life I can't be broke. So I started a window cleaning business when I was in college with $0, door to door, and now we're doing 6 figures a month in our 6th year.
Hell yeah, man. Well, that brings me to a very important concept that I love. At 14 years old, the first time I just had the initiative with my pops, sitting in the truck to go knock a door. But for me, it was something that he put me up to. And I wanted to kind of, what made you want to go door to door?
What made me want to go door to door is I knew I thought hockey was the only way to make real money. And then when I was at school, like I said, I realized I was not going to learn anything there to make me a substantial amount of money, and I was broke. So I went on knocking on doors, made $500 my first day, and then got addicted to it.
Hell yeah, man. So walk me through like a first day. Like, did you have any like direction? Did someone teach you this, or did you just like go out there and figure it out?
So I had a friend that was a few years older than me that like did window cleaning a bit. He kind of just said, why don't you do that, more or less? And then, yeah, I went out there and figured it out.
Give me the window cleaning pitch.
The window cleaning pitch, when I started, it's, hey, my name's Adam. I'm with PadPal. We're in the area, seeing who's interested in getting a free quote. We do window cleaning, gutter cleaning, and driveway sealing. All I'm looking for today is just a name and a phone number. That's it. That's how it started. Yeah.
And that was the beginning.
That was the beginning, and then I would do a quote, and then I'd say, hey, we need 20% deposit, and then use that deposit money to buy a car, buy my roof rack, buy my ladders, and then...
Dude, so many people, they're like, I don't have money for coaching, or I don't have money to grow my business, but they don't realize that all you have to do is go out there and knock on doors and sell more jobs. Talk to me a little bit about that process, like not having to have... You didn't have money to start your business, so you went out there with nothing. And how did you raise capital? Just all those down payments?
That's it. Yeah, it was just straight up collecting deposits, because these low ticket services you can get started for less than $100. A lot of the equipment's very low ticket. So I collected the deposit money throughout the winter because you can't clean windows in -30. So like February, March, beginning of April, I was going door to door Monday to Friday after class, doing quotes on Saturdays and Sundays when I didn't have hockey, and then collecting the deposit money when May 1st came around, bought a used car, bought a roof rack, everything for like less than $1,500.
Dude, so many guys that sell high ticket, they come to me and they're like, I want to build a door-to-door team, but they did never go door-to-door. They kind of like got word-of-mouth referrals. They kind of get your deals here and there, and it's like, you kind of got to figure it out for yourself first.
Yeah.
Going out there in this journey, how long did it take you before you were like, had more deals and you had to do jobs and you got to a point where you didn't have any time?
Pretty fast, actually. Like by the middle of my first summer, I already had 3 guys working for me. We did, again, not crazy numbers, but like my first year just doing it as a summer business while in school and hockey, we did 55,000. Again, not crazy numbers, but it was a lot to be juggling.
Crazy numbers if you're doing window washing, and I think it's pretty cool. I think that one of the most important parts of getting to that, first little hiccup in business is how do you build that team when you don't have a business? They say that to me all the time. Like, I don't have an office, or I don't have the money, or I don't have the job. So what did you do?
You figure out a way. Like I was, like I said, I was a student, so I had 4 other roommates. We had a garage where I'd store the equipment. And then at the beginning, obviously, it's hard to manage people. So I'm not going to come and say I hired people right away and kept them for life. Like I had one employee that stayed with me, my first one, for 6 years. But yeah, like I was renting a garage out for $70 from the landlord and putting the equipment in there and just figuring it out. Like I know a lot of people have a lot of excuses, but like I said, like you can go from 0 to $1 million if you want to.
So, getting into this business, how long ago was that?
This will be our 7th year now.
Oh man,
Yeah.
So it's been a while. You've been scaling it.
Yeah.
And walk me through, like, I know you told me about the team of guys that you have. When did you figure out like how to build your first salesman? Because it usually starts with you sell a whole bunch of jobs. Like you figure out how to sell your first 100 window cleanings. You develop a process, then you duplicate it. You find one. What was the name of your first guy that was able to duplicate your process?
So the name of the first guy is able to duplicate my process. His name's Ryan. He's a firefighter. So I've actually structured a lot of firefighters within my company now, because in Canada, at least, they only work 7 days a month. So nice. They have all this time off, and a lot of these fire guys want to be making money. But they're doing cash jobs, right? So it's cool to make extra cash on the side for them. But when I approached the firefighters, I said, hey, you can have a bit of profit share, and you can actually be a part of a real business, manage guys instead of always doing cash jobs. And then they all bought in. So like Ryan was the first one. He's doing about 250,000 himself. And then all the other firefighter guys will bring in like 100 to 200 each, working like their own business within a business.
And so when they go out there and sell a window cleaning, are they the ones cleaning it, or do they have someone else do it?
Depends on the type of guy. Like I have one fire guy, his name's Chris. I call it owner-operator model more. He's more like owner-operator minded. So he enjoys and takes pride on selling the job and doing the job, making sure it's done well through. And then I have Frank, for instance, who is a bit more business-minded, where he's the firefighter. He'll sell the jobs, but then he has crews that do the jobs for him. And
so how many guys do you have out there selling?
6.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So my uncle, he built this really big business, and my dad and I were like, how do we build a business like you? And he said, man, you only need three things. You need more roofing salespeople. You need to turn the good roofing salespeople into leaders, and you need to fire the bad ones. And I'm like, God damn, that's still relevant today. But, recruiting, it's always a challenge. You said in Canada, even finding the workers is a challenge. A lot of people hit me up. How have you been able to build a team, and what do you do to build a team and to hire workers?
So this is one thing that took me a few years to figure out, but I find if you can find one good player, then they manage the other workers, right? You're not going to go and find, if you have 10 guys, you're not going to go find 10 absolute guns, right? If you can find 4 like guns, like meaning like A-star players to manage the lower level guys, maybe the guys that are a bit harder to keep track of, let's say, or harder to manage, empowering the people, like saying, okay, Frank, you're taking this division over. You're in charge of those 2 people. If someone doesn't show up for work, I don't even want to hear about it. That's your own problem. So giving them a lot of extra profit share in the business, having some skin in the game, making sure that they're proud of what they're doing, they'll take on a lot of those smaller headaches for me now.
Now, before we got talking, we talked a little bit about your line of services. And so how did it start, and what do you offer now?
Yeah, so it started with just window cleaning, gutter cleaning, and house washing was the first 3 services. And then when I graduated school, that's when we added in the Christmas lights. So seasonal lights, we provide the lights, install them, maintain them, remove them, like a leasing model.
So that makes you the most money?
That's our biggest service. Like we'll do $350,000 in leased out Christmas lights this year.
When do you start selling them?
We get phone calls in August.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like it's one of there's only so much time for Christmas season, but people that last year that called us and got declined, like the calls will start coming earlier and earlier and earlier. And then we also sign people from like a 1-year agreement all the way to a 3-year agreement. So then like we have those people on, and then if they don't re-sign, we just take their lights and reuse them with somebody else.
And that's your reoccurring revenue model?
It's reoccurring, yeah. So all of our services that we do right now, except for one of them, are recurring. So like our average customer will spend $2,088 with us a year. Some of them are just Christmas lights, but most of them are $1,500 for Christmas lights, $300 for windows, $250 for the gutters. Then every third year they'll have their driveway sealed.
So think about all the guys you played hockey with, right?
Yeah.
Played a lot of guys.
Yeah.
How many of them are in the home service business?
There's actually just one now. Actually, one
Really?
guy I played pro with just actually joined on last week to start his
Hell
own.
yeah, bro. And if
Yeah.
I was going to tell you how to scale what you already had, I'd say let's go back to that network. But why do you think that, you know, younger guys look at the trades and they look down on it? You know, because a hockey player is going to have a platform. They're going to be able to do big things, you know, maybe. But you seem to think a rough guy like that would be good at blue collar. And it's a dirty job, but it's clean money. I mean,
Yeah.
how come they look down on the trades?
Honestly, I wish that more hockey guys and more athletes. I can't speak for all athletes because I'm not, but hockey guys, at least from my experience, a lot of them come up with money. A lot of these guys that are hockey players grow up with money, so they definitely do look down on blue collar. And a lot of these guys, that's the biggest thing. I think a lot of hockey guys are. I know it sounds bad 'cause I'm talking down on hockey guys right now, but
Hey, that's
a lot of it's true though. A lot
call
of
them silver spoon, snowflake, entitled little bitch boys.
hockey guys are hockey. A lot they are. Well, and when it comes
Hey,
to
that's how I was too. I mean, it takes one to know one.
Yeah.
My dad, my mom tried to say, I'm not gonna buy Lee a nice vehicle for his 16th birthday. So one basketball game, my dad showed up and he's like, I got you something, dog. I got you something. And it was like a brand new fucking Yukon GT with a big old like Tahoe. I'm like, oh shit. So anyways, you know, I was spoiled. I didn't know work ethic.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you give kids everything, you don't teach them the value of money. And dude, I had to like hit rock bottom before I actually was worth a shit.
Yeah, a lot of the guys that play. I know I got judged a lot when I started my company. Like especially some of the guys on my team and stuff. Like with hockey, it's a very it's compared to other sports, pretty relentless on each other in terms of like chirping. It's all good fun, and like hockey guys are the closest guys.
That's why there's
but
so many fights.
it's pretty cutthroat towards each other and stuff. So yeah, like when I started my business, there's a few guys that like made comments and like joked around about it.
Window
but then,
cleaning boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
what
call you like
doing
a
over
window
there?
licker or something
Window
like that.
licker.
Yeah.
What else did you? Somebody made fun of me. Put a meme of a Bert and Ernie, and I was like the bald Bert.
Yeah,
is that the Sesame guy? And I thought, wow, man, that is bad, dude. You are looking like Bert, man. But it was someone I respected in the business, so it kind of pissed me off. It was in the beginning of my journey.
Yeah, but now two of them. The guy that called me a window licker applied for a job 2 years ago.
Fuck yeah, window licker. Enjoy that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Come lick some windows with me, man.
Yeah.
No, I think it's cool as fuck. I won't forget one of my best friends. We partied together all growing up. He played college baseball. He went off to school, and I'm here making good money selling roofs. And he's like, I went to college to get ahead of people like you. And it pissed me off really bad. 2 years later, he was working for me.
Yeah.
And the idea is like, look, what's a bigger scam? That they say that it's bad for us to work with our hands, or they say that it's good to go to college?
I think college is the only business in the world that continually raises the price and decreases in value. Every single year, more people get college degrees, and every single year, the price of college goes up. Name a business where your service can get worse every single year, and you can still grow it.
And you look at like what you were saying even before, that you went to college and they started talking to you about the slave trade and all these different things. I mean, you know, whether they're trying to push pronouns down our throat or they're trying to awaken us to their ideas, it does seem like there is an ideological difference sometimes between the hardworking blue collar and the you know, people at the high class university.
Yeah.
What do you think that difference is?
I absolutely. I have no idea what that issue is though, but 100% like university, and it's indoctrination. Like I was doing business. You're in marketing class and you're learning about the history of sugar and slave trade. Meanwhile, like I'm spending $1,000 for a YouTuber's course on marketing and listening to it with my AirPod in one ear and spending money for a professor to stream bullshit. Again, there's value in going to school and meeting
That's
people
what you
and
call
all
woke.
that.
You can pay attention to two things at once.
Yeah.
You're woke.
Yeah, I'm woke. Yeah, you could say that. I don't know what it is, but our society does today look down on blue collar, but again, it makes it a lot easier for people that are down to work hard and get dirty to create something for
Well,
them.
look, I always say, like, I teach people not to do the jobs but sell the jobs, but you do learn something from, if you don't have a skill set and you need to make money. Dude, my roofers, like, that's the hardest job in the world, and a lot of them come from a global workforce.
Yeah.
However, they make $300 cash every single day.
Yeah.
And they are learning how to run a crew, and they can go from on the crew to running a crew.
Yeah.
Now, the guys that run a job site, they make a lot of money. And if you have multiple crews, well, you can become El Chapo.
Yeah.
You can make millions of dollars. Now, from that point, do you want to scale and do you want to grow and sell your own accounts? I've got a lot of clients, Latin guys, that started on the roof, then built their first crew, then subbed out their crews to all the roofers, and then said, you know what, I'm going to learn how to sell. And then they learn how to sell the job, and then they have a $10 million business, and they started with their hands.
Yep.
But they got paid day one.
Yep.
They felt confident about themselves day one. We've got this mental illness epidemic, and a lot of it, why do you think so many people kill themselves and are addicted to drugs?
Nothing to do with their time.
I mean, seriously, that's what a lot of things that I say. I say, you know, the devil sits on an idle shoulder, you know, or idle hands. But you know, no one really wants to do the work. And you know, I don't know when they started taking shop classes out of school here. Do you in Canada? Do they have like a class where you work with like metal and you do like engine work and you like teach you about siding or some shit like that?
I think I did wood shop in grade 9, but
Oh yeah,
yeah, I didn't
there
have
was wood shop.
Yeah, I think there was wood shop.
What went down in wood shop? What did you learn anything?
That's a great. I don't honestly like. That's the only thing. I went to like 6 different high schools, so I had like kind of a crazy high school experience. But no, it's all the same sort of stuff. The useless info that they just reuse over and over, right?
Well, I mean, the thing is like, everybody has a home. They always want to spend money on it. Even after like COVID, things were shut down. People in contracting were essential, working outside where you were healthy, but everyone was home. And so my business blew up during COVID. We were able to go door to door when everybody was home. Said, what? We wore a mask. Nobody got sick. You know.
Yeah. That was beautiful. I loved doing door to door during COVID.
I know, it was fucking epic, dog.
Everybody's home. It was like you could close your whole day out by 10:30 in the morning.
I know, bro.
Yeah.
So, what's the best you ever did in a day?
Just straight up, no customers in the base, $7
Fuck
grand,
yeah.
driveway ceiling.
Nice.
We went to a nice rich neighborhood on Canada, filled up all 3 trucks with seal coat, and I said, "Okay, you guys follow me." There was a camera crew, and then just banged out $7 grand.
Damn,
in one
dude.
day.
That brings me up to an important point. I always learned that like if I have an audience that I do better. And now that you've built an audience, you know, there's like 4 different kinds of leverage. You know, back when you're talking about slave days, the leverage was labor. You know, talk about employees and why are we indoctrinated? Well, Carnegie's, all the people that made all the rules of the world, they wanted you to be a factory worker. So they designed the education system to make you a 9-to-5 plug-in.
Absolutely.
And essentially, you know, for the longest time period, it's been that labor that was ability for people to get ahead, leverage. Then you had capital. There was opportunities to leverage money, to use other people's money to grow. And there's, you know, all different legislation that released the market. And, you know, next was code. People like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, they got access to smart people. They got these things that other people don't have. Even now, it's kind of hard to learn code, but it's even harder to, you know, now we got artificial intelligence that does it, but now it's building an audience, leveraging that audience. And so when did you start building your audience?
I started just like around COVID time, a bit before that. I started on TikTok. I was doing TikTok.
How can they find you?
The best place right now is Instagram, Adam Chap. My TikTok has been recently.
You got banned?
Temporarily, I hope. I think.
God.
Yeah, I had a couple
What
100,000.
happened?
Nothing. Nothing. Like I paid an agency, and like if they can't get my account back, then I'll get my money. They think they're gonna be able to get it because like there's no content violations. It's the same stuff I've always been posting. There was no reason either. It just got taken down.
Maybe the Chinese people, you know, a lot of times they're investors in these liberal universities that throw this woke maybe they saw that you were going to fix America, and they said, fuck this guy. He's talking too much truth,
I'm
dude.
single-handedly freeing the people.
Yeah, you were freeing the people over there, dude. They had to shut you down.
Well, it's one window cleaning job's $300.
Yeah.
One of those a day, 20 days a month, you're making $6,000. That's 20 grand more than the average American makes, and you're going to be working 3 or 4 hours a day, not going into tens of thousands of dollars in student debt. So like it seems like it's a cheat code, but that's kind of like it's.
Tell me how it could be a cheat code for a roofer, and how maybe a guy with high ticket could be sleeping on something low ticket.
So the beautiful thing about these low ticket things is that you just need one guy. If you have let's say you already have a multi-million-dollar roof business, all you need is just one guy to come in there, project manager, give him a bit of profit share or something, and he's gonna go out there. He'll make 80 to 100K a year managing 2 workers, or he can be on there, and it's recurring. So yes, you have your high ticket projects, which take a lot of like planning and coordinating and all of that. It takes a lot of your time. Whereas like if you already have that customer base, you can put a low ticket service in there that's recurring, and then it's coming back year after year after year. That customer also, if they're doing it with you, by the time they need another roof again, they love you. You've been there for the last 10, 15 years, however long a roof's going to be in there for. They've been seeing you every single day or once a year for the last 10 years. They're not going to go somewhere else, as you know.
I just bought a roof cleaning business,
Yeah.
and there's tons of clients for us to sell in the business that we're doing a lot of collaboration. But it's like, why was I sleeping on this for 20 years?
Yeah.
Because the opportunity to clean roofs is not. It's a big opportunity because you build a relationship. Eventually, the roof has to be replaced. It's reoccurring revenue, and building out sort of a reoccurring revenue for roofing has to include roof cleaning and gutter cleaning.
Yeah.
And I am building out that home maintenance agreement for all the roofing contractors so that they can get clients for life. And the reality is it's called lifetime roof assurance, but we need to incorporate the whole home. And we got to figure out some way to scale this nationwide, because contractors everywhere are seeking a way to make reoccurring revenue. Hey guys, if you want to make reoccurring revenue, comment below reoccurring revenue. And guys, we're going to be doing this at the Blue Collar American Dream Conference. Adam, he's going to be coming to the event. And, if you want to come to the Blue Collar American Dream Conference, one of the things that you might learn talking with Adam is how to add a low ticket, reoccurring revenue business model to your business. You might make an extra 6 figures a month passively. And so you don't want to sleep on this. But, how do you scale it to 6 figures? Like you had to get, what was the big break point?
The big break to get it to 6 figures. So each
6
vehicle,
figures a month.
yeah. So
Profit.
So it depends on which service you're going to talk. So let's say window cleaning. A window cleaning crew, they can bang out $1,500 a day. Then you just have one crew, $25,000 a month. That's very kind of streamlined. Something like roof cleaning, it's double the price. Obviously, it's gonna be $400 or $500 a service. So to scale it, just having the right people in place and building a brand. So for us, like at PadPal,
Big money cleaning solar panels too.
yeah, any of these services are recurring. Plus, if someone just goes and drops tens of thousands of dollars on a roof, and you say, "Hey, we're gonna put you on a subscription every 3rd year, every other year. We're gonna come clean all the roof off for you." That's how you extend the life of it. They're not they're never gonna say no to that.
I was just on a yacht, and I'm talking to this guy who's doing 200 solar jobs every single month, and he talks about how he added a business to his business, and I'm like, oh yeah, what was it? Thinking he was going to talk about roofing and solar. I was just like waiting to have him lay it up for me. And he said it was basically cleaning the solar panels.
Yep.
Because he's in Vegas. You get a lot of Arizona and Nevada. There's tons of dust on the solar panels that reduces their effectiveness.
Yeah.
So they've got basically a reoccurring revenue model built in after they've installed the solar.
It's a no-brainer. Like getting the customer to trust, if you have a roofing company, it's so much harder to get them to trust you to put a roof on than it is after you've put the roof on to say, hey, we're going to maintain it for you. Like you'll have like a 100% success rate on that. Like it's like, for instance, I tell my guys when they're out there doing services, let's say we have them for window cleaning, and you take a photo of the gutter and it's full, and you go knock on the customer's door and say, hey, your gutters are full. They're not going to say leave it in there. Like it makes no sense, right? Someone puts all that money into their house for a roof, saying, hey, we're going to come take care of the cleaning every other year, every 3rd year, whatever makes sense, plus the gutters. Again, it's not...
You got all upset about the Leaf Guard ad, and I will tell you, I understand that. When someone does a terrible job at their business model for service, I fucking hate the company and what they stand for.
Yeah.
And truthfully, when you scale, I'll be honest with you, you get to a level where, like last year, we did 65 million. This year, we're going to do 100, but when you go from 65 to 100, sometimes service is something that basically you have to fix broken links in. And you break different, when I say break point in your business, you grow your business to a point where basically you either have sales problems or you have production problems.
Yeah.
And if you're selling a shitload of jobs, you maybe not be able to build them fast enough and good enough. If you're building a shitload of jobs, you may not be able to sell them fast enough to keep up with all your overhead.
Mm-hmm.
That really doesn't change. It's always a give and flow.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got to get to where you're doing everything you can with the 5-star reviews. But with roofing, it's different because window washing, it's very clear. If you do easy.
Yeah.
And you're not into like this idea with, can you imagine all the trash from a roof coming off and the stress and the loudness and it just fucking drives people crazy.
Yeah.
And they do crazy shit.
Yeah.
Karens really come out.
Yeah.
But you know, the idea is like Facebook used to have this motto. It was called move fast and break shit.
Mm-hmm.
They had to change it because they got in trouble.
Yeah.
That's when the Cambridge Analytics shit came out.
Mm-hmm.
But that, I like ready, fire, aim. Not ready, aim, fire.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sometimes when you ready, fire, aim, you got to steer that bullet back on course.
Readjust.
You got to readjust. And so I will say, like, going into this idea of growing and being the best example of home service, especially as you coach people and they go out and use your business and then you're going to be a partner with them, like you talk about your goal, they're probably going to let you down from time to time and not do the things that are in alignment with your core values. And sometimes that's what drives me the craziest.
Yeah.
But it's also being willing to move fast and break shit.
Mm-hmm.
That is the reason why Mark Zuckerberg is a fucking multi-billionaire. I don't know if my jiu-jitsu guy in the podcast is listening, but Mark Zuckerberg single-handedly with this fucking broke the internet. That everyone's searching fucking jiu-jitsu. You ever tried that shit?
No, I haven't yet. I want to though.
You do?
I haven't tried it yet. I want to. I saw you guys were digging it down.
Oh shit!
Should go out tomorrow morning or something.
Fuck that. We're doing 5 minutes. What are you talking about? There's a mat right there.
All right.
We don't have
Teach
to
you
leave.
something. All right.
It's better. I mean, you can just learn jiu-jitsu without having to go to the fucking training. I mean, the training's a lot of fun, but there's all that whole awkward thing of walking in there and nobody knows you, and then everyone looks at you like a snack, literally, like because they're like, oh, new guy.
Yeah. Throw you
literally,
around.
I mean, it's one thing like when you walk into a boxing gym, like because there's a lot of boxing fitness gyms, but in jiu-jitsu, literally everybody just is fucking like, oh, who's this? Oh, he looks like he's gonna be fun to choke out.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a really fun sport, and we'll have to do a little educational role here in a second. But basically, talk to me a little bit about something else that is very important to these guys. Okay. If you're watching this right now, chances are you're a contractor, you're a blue collar entrepreneur. Your Instagram might suck dick, and this man's Instagram doesn't suck. So a lot of these guys are on Facebook, they watch YouTube, they don't post, and they don't have an Instagram.
Yeah.
So what tips do you have to grow their social media? Why do you need to be on Instagram, and why do you spend a lot of time there?
So I look at home services and saying roofing, anything that's out there working hard it's so easy if you're doing those things, right? Because a lot of these companies that have been around forever, they don't give a shit about their social media. They don't give a shit about they're big because they're around. They've been big. And then you have the other end, the guys that are just showing up in a truck with smoking a cigarette and don't care at all. They show up when they show up. So no matter where you are, as soon as you can put in some branding, so getting your Google reviews up is important, and then having a good looking Instagram is key, because customers today, they want to go to your Instagram. They want to see that you're a real company. They want to see the people behind you. They want to learn about what's going on. It is, I would say, the social media and the branding aspect.
So your customers check you on Facebook too, right?
Facebook and Instagram, yeah.
That's where the main places.
Yeah, we don't run ads at all, and we had 36 quote requests today. It's all coming from Instagram, Facebook.
Well, that's going to change.
Yeah. Huh?
That's going to change.
Yeah.
Yeah, because basically you're talking to a paid advertising king.
Yeah.
And you're losing a lot of opportunities.
We've ran ads before. We have ran ads before. It's just like for instance, right now, just the way I have my company structured, we can't even take those 36 people right now.
Right.
But I'm just like, in terms of like your question, like other companies out there aren't doing it. When you can send your customer a text with, hey, check out our work, and it's your Instagram page, and there's a bunch of good reviews on there, and it looks good, it speaks volumes. Like it truly does. Like we charge. A lot
of the guys are watching this because they want to hire salespeople.
Yeah.
And I know what you're saying, and I was thinking about it just a little differently than you, and I'm trying to guide you there. The only thing that's going to stop you is that you need more workers, more salespeople, more operators. You got to create more leaders. You need more people. You create your Avengers team. And the best place to get the interactions is going to be where?
Social media.
Social media. And so, you know, you'll see my Instagram has a combination of stuff about my coaching stuff, but also evidence of what my team's doing in the field too.
Yeah.
So if someone's following that, then they're a sales rep that they see, man, that's a fun sales culture, and it looks like that would be a great group to work with. And I've recruited almost all my team, you know, through social media.
All my guys, everyone that works for me has been an Instagram DM.
See, there you go.
Yeah,
that's what I was looking for.
No, sorry. I thought you were talking for
that's what I was looking for.
I thought you were saying for them to get their business.
How do they hit you up?
The Instagram DM. Everyone that works for me right now is either they've Instagram DM'd, or when we need a worker, I whip my phone up and say, hey, if you're looking to do this, put it right here, and I'll get 70 responses to any single time I do an Instagram and say, hey, I'm looking to hire somebody. Here's an application, and I have a type form link there on my Instagram story. I'll get like 50 to 70 people apply. Obviously, they're not all perfect, but every single person right now at my company has came through either an Instagram DM or a story.
Dude, you know what's funny is that I'm not running messenger ads right now in my coaching business, but I'm about to start. One of the things is that you just create a retargeting audience. And the reality is like, if all you're doing is spending the ad money on retargeting with all that stuff that you're getting organically, you're going to get lots of good stuff, brother. And the idea is like, one of the things that we teach people, this is just a heads up, this is not about the podcast, but this is just me to you for your company. One of the things that works really well here, and it will probably work in Canada. Do you know about Indeed?
Yeah, I know Indeed.
So Indeed, it kind of gets a bunch of kind of average people a lot of times, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but there's a way to get above that. Okay?
What's that?
That's a cheat code. It's a hack. All right, and that's what we're gonna talk about. It's that Indeed will let you post for free, so you can post in Ottawa plus all the surrounding cities, and you can repost it as many times as you want free. And every time you do it, you're getting in front of eyeballs. You're getting lots of applications. Like you said, sometimes the applications are tire kickers. So it's about setting up a process where you have a team, and usually it could be starting with one admin or office manager. And really all they're going to do is reach out to the people and give them a pitch. Hey, you look like a good fit for our company. Just let you know our core values. This is what we do. Home service is a great niche. Here's some more information and content from our owner. Here's his story. Here's his social media. Here's some more information about our stuff. Now, essentially, I teach you how to build a recruiting funnel where you do a video, where you get testimonials, where you do a lifestyle. But it's not just one web page. It's your whole social media.
Yeah.
It's your YouTube, your Instagram, your Facebook, and that page.
Yeah.
And you know what that does whenever you have someone fucking posting crazy ads on Indeed, calling people, and you fucking separate the serious from the curious with that shit? Well, it gets people more qualified.
Yeah.
The hungry motherfuckers like you, like
they're coming.
They're gonna hit you up. Now you're still gonna get the tire kickers.
Yeah.
So what do? You go to a Zoom call. Okay. This is where I don't have to meet with them one-on-one. I don't have to schedule the one-on-one. I don't have to act like it's a one-on-one. Because really you're looking for someone who's a self-starter, who's gonna do it. You gotta have somebody that's like an entrepreneur type guy.
Yeah.
Even though that's a firefighter, or maybe you need more firefighters. Okay. That have an entrepreneur mindset.
Yeah.
So the reality is that whether it's skilled workers or it's salespeople, we drive traffic from Indeed to the recruiting funnel, and then once it's in the funnel, it's the text and email automation. You know, it's the team calling and getting them to the Zoom, and then every Tuesday, I got like 40, 100 people on a Zoom call. I don't even do it. I have my head of recruiting, and they're talking about the core values of the company. They're overcoming their fears about the company, their fears about working on commission, and their fears about how they can make money right now. And they just answer that in 15 minutes on a Zoom. People say I'm in, then they give up a bunch of stuff that would disqualify them. Those people drop out. And then from those people, we interview. Then we bring them in.
Yeah.
There's still fallout. You know, there's still people who are going to be tire kickers.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen is you're going to have, when you get to this point, 40, 50%, 20 to 50% of the people are going to be fits to make you money and make a contribution.
Mm-hmm.
And you can scale the volume. And so I have 400 employees.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
It's been 20 years, and you might think it's harder having that many people.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it can be very hard. I did a sales meeting with my sales managers and team leaders. It was a very emotional meeting right before this deal, and we're gonna rally. We're gonna make a big comeback. Took a couple of tough weeks in sales, and dude, we're gonna make a comeback. But I'm just telling you, my life, I run teams. I coach leaders. I have a whole management system. My life is more free now than it's ever been. Do I have high stress moments? Absolutely. But the bigger your business gets, maybe, just maybe, the more freedom that you may have.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, overhead as well.
Yeah.
But that doesn't change the fact that I like being the vehicle that provides the community. You said community was important, right?
Yeah.
Well, my community that is the number one reflection of me is the employees and the people that are in my team.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, it's my coaching community and it's the people in my mastermind. And so, I cannot be an empty suit. So the reality is like my core values, I didn't even the biggest problem was scaling a company, having lots of employees. I focused on sales and marketing. And once I started hitting these breakpoints in growth, it was basic, simple shit that I had to get back to.
Yeah.
Core values, mission statements, organizational charts, simple meetings and meeting structures, death by meeting.
Yeah.
You ever felt like that before?
Too many meetings?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about having a fine balance, because you want to empower people to take responsibility and do their own things. That's going to be the best. But also, like you said, having.
But as you scale, doing multiple teams, you got to figure out how to get your time out there. And I've got a roofing business, a solar business, a coaching business, and an estimate business.
Yeah.
And basically, I've got to be able to coach people, scale my time. And even now today for this podcast, there's multiple reasons, multiple different impactful things that will make this continue to echo and create impact. But that's what you're doing too. You're getting out there, guys. You got to hit this guy up, Adam Chapman on Instagram. Connect with him if you want to get into a recurring revenue model to add to your high ticket home service. Connect with him if you want to get into your own high ticket home service business that maybe you don't need a license, insurance, any experience, or really any money to start. He started it by just going door to door, getting down payments. Yeah. You could do the same. His business is called PadPel, but what's the name of your coaching community?
Home Service University.
Oh, nice. Home Service University.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing more collaborations. Look to see you at the Blue Collar American Dream Conference. But the reality is, guys, look, we're raising the status for blue collar entrepreneurs together. And I don't want you to get stuck in the rat race. Like, the idea that we're going to work with our hands, it's only the beginning. The idea that you can see what a man, like, how old are you, Adam?
28.
28 years old. He played hockey. A lot of hockey players laughed when he started. Now he's laughing when he's making more bank than just about all of them.
Yeah.
And so same thing for me. I was a college dropout, a little bit of a partier, probably got arrested a few times in high school, and no one fucking picked me to be the guy who had a $100 million business. Mm-hmm. But I wanted it really bad.
Yeah. If you want it bad, you can make it happen.
What's been your biggest obstacle? Is it something bad happened to you that's been tough during this growing your business?
Biggest obstacle since started growing the business. No. I think the thing is being lonely before you find that community and stuff. Like when I first started my business, none of my other friends I think a lot of people will relate with this. When you first start doing your business, the people that you're hanging around with right now probably aren't having businesses. They're not doing the same sort of thing. So when you start your business, it's a bit lonely until you become like a part of a community and surround yourself with other people that are doing cool things. And then next thing you know, your mind opens up to what's possible. You go from being like, oh, why am I in every Friday and Saturday night when my friends are at the bar or doing this or doing that? And then once you start meeting other people that have been grinding on their own thing for a couple years, then you're like,
what's the fucking point to go to the fucking bar, to have stupid, pointless conversations with people that aren't going to take life seriously, going to get stuck in some of the same bullshit that hangs everybody up, going to complain about their stuff? I have a lot of people out there. I like to have a good time. But having a good time with people that aren't on my level, it's not a fucking good time anymore.
No.
Do you ever feel like that?
I have a hard.
I'll go party with you, but damn, dude, you better bring something to the table.
I like earning my fun. Like if you are surrounding yourself with other people that are out there and doing big things, you do more fun things. Would you rather go to the bar on Friday night or go with your other 5 friends that have successful businesses to the Cayman Islands for a week and like do cool shit? Like that's so much more fun than going to the same bar every weekend talking about the past. Like if you are in that sort of environment, I think the hardest thing is as soon as you get out of it, that little bit of period where you're like in your own lane, and then find a community like you have here and surround yourself with winners like that, and it shows you what's possible.
Dude, you find yourself in that fucking journey.
Yeah.
And building that character that you got through it, it gives you confidence that it's applicable to everything that you do in the bar, including meeting girls.
Yeah.
You know, you want to get the fucking girl of your dreams, make the money, get ripped, and be clear and confident in your mission in life, and that's just gonna show the fuck up. You know what I mean?
It gets fucking easy after that.
It gets easy after that.
You're knocking. What's harder, knocking on someone's door and they're eating dinner, asking for money, or going up to a girl that's trying to go to the bar to get attention?
Yeah,
like
come
it's. Are you kidding me? It's easy. Bro.
That's easy.
Take 2 home.
Well, 2 at once is never a bad thing, unless you're married, and that'll be just into the podcast there. So. Adam, how can they get a hold of you?
As of right now, I'm only Instagram. Adam Chap is the main thing. Everything's on my Instagram. Hopefully the TikTok's back up. That's as well. Adam Chap on all social platforms.
All right, guys, hit him up. Connect with him. Home Service University. You can learn how to make 6 figures a month doing low ticket, high ticket shit, man. Man, it's been a great podcast. Glad to have you. Look forward to future collaborations.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, brother. Thanks.
Thank you.
Right.
That was good, eh?
Hey, that was really good. Did they bring food?